the best way to describe how I'm feeling. Woo. That is the best way to communicate how I am feeling. Woo. That is the best thing to say. That is the best thing to say. I'm trying to find the words to tell you the reality of what I have felt today. And the words fill me. They fill me. So let me start with hi everyone. How you doing? I hope your day has been going on pretty reasonably. Yeah, we can choose links to share with you. Yeah, now let me edit these things. So let me remove this. And hopefully removing this will deal with this once and for all. Get in here. Get in here. In my head, this is a very energetic address to the troops. In practice, this is the least energetic address to the troops I have ever witnessed. Why is a person not energetic in addressing the troops? This one is not energetic in addressing the troops because today I have seen Shady. How you doing? Yeah. Today I have seen a whole different thing to what my poor brain wants to see. All right, let's edit this also. I am busy editing a few things so I can put the links on the screen for you when we get talking. But can you do me a favor? Can you please let other people know that I am here and that I am looking to share some things with you and baseline reality for you. Well, I'm trying to copy this. I have done this thing 3 or 4 times and it refuses to stay on. So do bear with me. Okay. Let's see. Done. Let me show you that. And hopefully it shows on the screen. Before I went to work today, I came to tell you guys that I was going to return to work after a month. I told you guys that I suspected that it was going to be a brutal return. What I did not know was the real lived experience of the brutality that I was going to face. So a person would say, did anybody bring out guns? No, they did not. And actually today is the lightest day on my timetable. Today is the lightest day on my timetable. I wasn't actually facing students that many times today. In practice, today should have been the easiest day there was for me to experience in the week. And so make it make sense. Why on the easiest day of the week, I feel like I have been run over by something carrying a ton of load? Why do I feel like a cargo truck run me over on the lightest day on my timetable? And then I ask myself that question again. If it is the lightest day on my timetable and I actually do feel so overrun, what will happen on Thursday, which is my heaviest day? On Thursday, that whole day, I do not get a break until the very final period of the day. I am going boom, 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 boom. 6 solid lessons plus 1 lunch duty. Full day. So when I walk into school at 7:15, I am on the clock from 7:30 straight till 1:55, so 2 p.m. non-stop, student facing. And majority of the students I will see are middle school, low ability students. That would need a whole, that needs a whole intervention on its own, middle school students. And so, after I had seen today, and I had seen today begin to work, after I had seen today begin to work, what does that mean for me? Yeah, some of you will have to bear with me. And why is it that you look so dead? Yeah.
How was your first day of school?
Brutal.
Why?
That is chaos central. Brutal. It was brutal for me today. Yeah.
First day?
Eh?
First day.
Yeah.
Do you have any fun?
Fun.
Like any fun?
Girl.
Not even like a drop of fun?
Do you understand what I described for you? Do you listen to anything I say?
Yeah, but I was hoping maybe the first day would have
A little fun. And again, that brings me to a thing I have to share with you. It's not even up, it's not the kind of day.
Who, me or them?
Both of you, because I was talking to them about the same thing and you heard it is why you got into this with me, right?
No,
Yeah.
I was just asking how you doing.
Okay. We would need to sit down and we would need to come to terms with some of the things, and we would need to be very honest and sincere with self and figure out what is going to be sustainable long term and what is not going to be sustainable long term. And today has really shown me that if I have any ounce of wisdom, I really do need to get my act together with my other escape strategies and be able to have a plan so that I can be away from this chaos. Yeah. So people would ask what the chaos is. The chaos actually is never really with standing in front of.
I just wanted to see how.
Abrasabe, disappear.
I just wanted to see.
The chaos is not in facing the students or teaching the curriculum. No. For me, that's the easy part. The bits that I control, that I can keep under control. Yeah. Actually, today I diagnosed for myself my biggest struggle. And my biggest struggle is the fact that I don't have control over events. That is my biggest struggle. My biggest struggle is when other people ought to plan things that I can't plan for myself and don't. Or they plan it but don't plan it the way I need them to be planned. Yeah. Change is something that I struggle with these days. I find change very, very unsettling. And I have discovered that I need to put myself in situations where change is either minimized, or then you have long-standing notice and you have a lot of preparation, a lot of information in order to manage the change. So for me, we had lost a member of our team. I knew that before we left for the Christmas break. I knew that. And I knew that they were going to give us hair classes. And the person is from my team. So we were going to take, the person is from two of my teams. A person is a science teacher, and so I'll be hit as a science teacher in picking up some of the science classes, the middle school science classes. But then the person was also specifically a physics specialist. So there are two other physics teachers. Both of us were going to be hit. So I knew that I was going to be hit twice. All right, no problem. I had prepared my mind for the classes, and I had spent my morning looking at planning, as I said I was going to do, and getting things under control. And then the rest of it kicks in. No, I am not responsible for moving the children on the school systems. Even if I want to volunteer to do it, I can't do it. It relies on other people to do so. Yeah, I would have preferred that the children would have been notified and the children would have known well in advance of which group they were going to. They were not. And so I walked into a class, restored order, straight into it, and then boom, significant numbers of new students arrive. Are we in your class? We need to stop what we're doing and we need to check. We have to find the class list, the new class list, and find these children. They are supposed to look on the list once and check if it's their name. They are children. Do they look once and check their name and figure it out? Absolutely not. Just when they settle, another group comes. And then we figure out that some of mine are also somewhere else, so they are up, going and coming and going and coming. And as this process happens, my brain just pivots. And my brain tells me, this is what I do not like. This is what I complain about all the time. This is what I struggle with. This part when you are not in control. This part when things are not organized the way you and I both like it. This part is the reason why you've got to figure out a way out of this into a place or places that we control, that we are in absolute control. And that brings me back to the Ascenders Collective. If ever I thought for a minute that I was going to work today and I will forget the need to ascend, today, if anything, crystallizes the need for me to ascend. Okay, let's do it this way. Yeah, you still see me, but it's not in my eye. Yeah. If anything, what happened to me today absolutely confirms for me the need to make significant changes to what I do. I need to beat chaos out of my life. I need to have stability and some control. Yeah. I would also love to be able to go at my pace, to go at a much slower pace. A few colleagues and I got into conversation, and it was almost as if we had all had a conference and chosen to have the same conversation. But I had this conversation repeatedly with person after person, and after repeating that conversation with 3 people, I knew the universe was trying to tell me something. All these random people could not be talking to me about the same things, and it wasn't orchestrated. It was very orchestrated. And it was a very strategic way to let me know what needs to happen in my life, which is not currently in place. The first person says, wouldn't it be wonderful if we just did a normal 9 to 5? if we did not need to be at work at 7 and we could wait 2 more hours to be here at 9. We finish at 4 anyway. So what would be the extra hour? 5. And I realized, absolutely, I would prefer a 9 to 5. An 8 to 4 would be okay. A 10 to 6 will be even better. I won't mind starting at 10 and finishing at 6. I will not. And actually, what would be even better is that I have outcomes to achieve. Outcomes rather than time. I'm a very effective person. Very efficient. So things that would take people 8 hours to do, I could actually deliver those things in 4, if not less. And if I found myself in situations where I determined how I worked, and I could determine whether I finished it in a longer period or a shorter period, but it did not affect my standings, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? That would be really cool. That would be really cool. I don't understand. If you've made any comments, you will have to forgive me. I don't see it. I've actually got my phone open, wanting to see it on the other side. It tells me that there are 6 comments here, but when I click on those, I do not see the 6 comments, not on the leading device, and certainly not on this useless one that I am using to watch. Okay, let's see. Oh, not this one. You guys will have to bear with me. Let me figure out what is happening with this. Sister Mavis, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Right, how can you order? Beautiful. What do you want to order, Sister Mavis? So that I can give you the right information. I knew that you guys were making comments and I really should respond. The problem is that I couldn't see. It wasn't popping onto the device. I could see on the leading one that there were 6 comments, but I couldn't find where those 6 comments were. I finally got them open. I hope, Sister Mavis, you are still here and you can still hear me. If you let me know which of the things you are looking to order, I will get that for you immediately. Yes, Paul, it's great to have an opportunity to speak to you today. It is beautiful that we get to engage and interact with each other via this medium. Yeah. It is so real. The struggle is so real. The need for control for me is so critical. And the fact that I will not get control until I really radically transform my systems is also very clear. If I stay in employment in the long term, the type of employment I really need to find to be able to sustain my engines would be at a local university. I really should find a local university and I should go to that local university and I would be able to clock in to teach my lessons and clock out, and the rest of the day would be for me to be able to organize according to my need. If I don't do that and I stay within the jurisdictions that I find myself, yeah, no, there is absolutely no control, because the way schools are run, things are determined by other people. And because things are determined by other people, it will be run the way it is convenient for those people. And the way things are convenient for those people, that is also not suitable for me. Okay. Yeah. So I came today to come tell you, if you were hoping that my return to work would be such that it would make me feel that the ascendancy was probably just a thing for when I was off on the break and I had romantic nonsense in my head. Oh no, no, no. The return to work has actually made the ascendancy even more urgent. I do need to work on my ways to inroad more money into my system. The 90 days of January have started. We are still on day 5. 5 days of January. I'm just thinking, this month takes such a long time to move because most of the time we are broke in January, right? Yeah. And when we are broke in January, you are very conscious of how every day drags because you wish the month will end and you will get paid. Well, the sad thing there is that you are wishing your life away. Anyway, I wanted to come and show you my face after just 1 day of the return to work. Day 1, the easiest day on my timetable. And after this easiest day, it will get progressively hard for me until Thursday. If it's going to get progressively hard for me as we go along, I wonder how much I will be able to stomach. I wonder how much I would be able to bear. I don't know what it would take before I break. I really don't. Yeah. So, the Ascenders Collective says, we don't break, we break records. Okay. As an ascender, I don't break, I break records. I break limits. I break shackles. What does that mean for me in practice? The limiting lives end here. There are a few things I want to share with you, the reasons why we've got to transcend. We've got to transcend because systems pre-existing, prevailing where we are, is not conducive. We've got to transcend because we work very hard and the outcomes that we get are not very much. This is a collective. I bear you up, you bear me up, and together we make a very unbreakable group that rally rounds each other and you help each other. So today, here I am presenting myself after my return from Chaos Central, asking for your support, your cheer, your encouragement to build some momentum. And in fact, I don't want you to just be an observer, be a cheerleader for me. I invite you to join me on the Ascendancy Collective yourself. I invite you to get in so we can create systems that will help you also elevate. One of the things that really helped me today, even as my day was becoming difficult and I was thinking back to how on earth I was going to survive, I realized that I am not a victim as much as sometimes I feel like I am a victim. I'm not. I am already on the collective. I am moving in the ascendancy. I am definitely making progress. I have built the courses that I was supposed to build. I am making the conversations, taking the chances that I'm supposed to take. And it would take me a while to be able to gather the momentum and to move at the pace at which I want, but that's fine. So I ask you also, what would it take to get you there? Do you know? Do you know what you've got to do in order for you to move from wherever you are in X place to Y place where we desire for you to be? Multiple streams of income sounds wonderful, but do you even know how to build one stream of income outside your income, outside your job, outside your salary? Do you know what people mean by multiple streams of income? And if we were to unleash you to build a new stream of income, how long would it take you? I have got a blueprint. This blueprint will allow you to get something that you can stream an income from in 7 days. It's called the Asset Launch Vault. If you find that, and if you get it, it is a blueprint for you each day for 7 days for you to do progressive things that will allow you to have one asset ready to throw on the market. As for me, I am battered, but I'm going to go back to bed tonight knowing that I at least do have the feelers out for the things that are likely to inroad some extra income for me. I intend to commit to work on this for the foreseeable future in order to build the momentum I desperately need so that I will start receiving the returns that I envisage. And I pray and hope that the returns come in significant enough numbers, in significant enough amounts for me at some point to be able to turn around and say enough. Enough now. I am off to go and make alternative decisions. I saw somebody's video which said that wealth is not really about buying a Lamborghini. It's not really about living in a penthouse. Wealth really is about having the freedoms to be able to live your authentic self. If I was a very wealthy person, if I didn't have limitations, I would have removed myself from the current situation that I found myself in. I find it chaotic. I find it really overwhelming. I find it very difficult for my brain. That lack of order, it's no good for me. It's no good for me. But why can't I move? I need the filus. I need the money. The way my systems are set at the moment, I would not be able to walk away from that place without bringing great disruption to myself and to everybody that is in my ecosystem. And so no matter how difficult it is, you've got to suck it up. You've got to take it on the chin. You've got to toughen up and do it. But as you suck it up and as you take it on the chin, you wonder how long it would take before your chin breaks. You wonder how long it would take. At what cost to your mental well-being would that be? What would that cost you? And after answering that question, it is a very uncomfortable time for me. The cost is high. The cost is high. I might be able to sustain it for another year or two. 2 is a stretch. 2 is a long stretch. Will my health agree for that 2-year run? And what would its effect be? What would it be? I leave you with those lamentations of mine to ponder on. And I ask you also to go on a similar tangent for yourself. I ask you the same question. What would it take for you to have freedom from the limitations you currently have? What would it mean if you managed to build income streams that helped you to overcome the limits that you live right now? What are you tolerating in the places where you make your money? What are you tolerating? What are you suffering in the places where you make your money? How better could your life be if you engineered your way out? What would be so much better about your life? Imagine that. Keep that picture in your mind and tell yourself, we will get there. We will ascend from wherever we are right now to what we envisage. I can see it so clearly. For me, my ideal is not being bound to a place where I have sold time. That I can get up in the morning very early and start working if I so wish, or I can decide to delay and chill around a little bit and work till late if I wanted to. I could spend the day chilling and then the evening working with people across continents. That's what I really want ideally. Midnight here would be middle of the day in the States, or early morning. And I could be working with people stateside. I could work with people North America, people with Europe, people in Africa, people in Australia, wherever. And I can work with them whatever times suit our schedule mutually at the time. That is what I envisage. That's what I imagine. Ask you a very simple question. Is your vision also clear? Yeah. That is dreaming, my dear. What we just did is dreaming together. It will get us absolutely nowhere if we do not follow up with some actions. I have envisaged what I want, but I need to ask myself the next question. What do I need to do to get there? For me, I need coaching. I need guidance. I need focus in order to get there. And I have found them. I have got the advice. And so what I need next is to execute on the advice. So today I went to my advisor, and my advisor told me specific things to do. The person told me that I needed to message a certain number of people. I needed to DM a certain amount of people. I needed to make a certain number of posts. I would need to run an ad. It told me all these things that I needed to do. Yeah. Let me tell you the specific thing it asked me to do. I need to make 7 posts of a particular type. Then I need to DM people and then reply to DMs. I need to send proof to people. And then I need to run boosts of particular videos. I need to boost particular videos. It's giving me a boost target of what I should do. And it tells me to find some people and send templates to them. Then I set my phone alarm to 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. daily. And there are actions that I'm supposed to take at 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. daily. The 6 p.m. is easy for me because I would have finished work. The 9 a.m. is tough for me because most days at 9 a.m. I am teaching. This is what I mean by when you have a job, it is very difficult for your progress agenda to really work around it. You might be very committed. I am very committed to this, but 9 a.m. is just not going to work. I've already sold 9 a.m. to somebody else. So either I do things in advance and automate it for 9 a.m., which is probably going to be the direction in which I go. And then 6 p.m. I will do my live bit. Anyway, I love you, but I'm going to leave you with these very simple words from our mantra. We will not remain broke. We will find all the possible ways in which we can break the shackles of financial difficulty. We are going to create income streams. We are going to create multiple income streams from the same knowledge base. We are going to have so many different streams that will trickle money in. Our cup will run over, and the spillover shall do wonders in other people's lives. That's what I want for my life. Ascendancy Collective, we shall not remain broke. But we would only do so in taking affirmative action. Your next affirmative action is to go find the Ascendancy. Find our homepage. Go and join a group. The Ascendancy Collective is the group. Join the group. Find out what is going on in the group. Decide that you are committing to the group and you are going to be in the group daily to see the daily tasks. Also take the asset launch vault. It's only $27. That $27 could be the difference between you having a product ready to launch in 7 days or not. There's a whole blueprint that walks you through. Find it. Start creating, and I shall see you very soon.